Hi, I'm Megha Daga. I am the Senior Technical Marketing Manager at Cadence for our Vision Tensilica products. Today, we are here to talk about some of the common challenges we face in convolutional neural networks. So the two basic problems which everybody is seeing with CNN, first is the compute requirement, which is increasing day by day as the new networks are coming every other month. And the second is the memory bandwidth, so the load store memory bandwidth requirement. And we are going to talk about both of them one by one. So let's start with the compute requirement. As the trends are evolving, what we are seeing, and I will quote some numbers over here, for somewhere like 2012, when AlexNet came, which is one of the most common CNN algorithms which are talked about these days, the compute requirement, the max requirement for that is somewhere around 0.7 gigamac. Later on, as things progressed, let's take a few examples between 2012 and 2015, we came with GoogleNet, which is also known as Inception V1. And there, it's roughly around 1.5 gigamac. Then came Inception V3, another Google algorithm, another CNN algorithm, and there it's roughly around 6 gigamac. These days people talk about ResNet. ResNet has different flavor. Let's take the biggest one which is known, which is ResNet 152. And ResNet 152 is around 11 gigamac. So what we can see here is like within 3 years, the trend has been the compute has increased from 0.7 gigamac to 11 gigamac, which is almost like 6x the Mac requirement, which used to be 3 years back. So the trend we can see is with convolutional neural network coming day by day, these networks are going deeper and deeper. These networks are increasing their Mac requirement day by day. So we need to have a system which can support such Mac requirements, keeping further 2 to 3 years down the line. And that's a very important factor because what we make today is going to be used 2 to 3 years down the line. So we need to keep this trend in mind and make our systems accordingly. Second, which we talked about, is the memory bandwidth. So I'll again take some of the examples like I talked about here. AlexNet, which is 2012 one, is in 8 bits, I'm going to quote, is somewhere around 64 megabytes of just the coefficient requirement. And this is 8-bit coefficients. I'm not even talking about floating point coefficients because where it will go times 4 easily. Next, I will talk about, let's say, Inception V3. We took the same example here, so let's talk about that here also. Inception V3, though people have started coming down in the bandwidth, they have realized that the load store bandwidth is a big problem because of the DDR latencies and stuff like that. They have started coming down, but still not that low. And Inception V3 is somewhere around 20 megabytes. Again, 8-bit data. So they are still becoming low, but still not small enough for us to fit into our system. So we need to keep these things into mind and come up with strategies on how to tackle the memory bandwidth issue and the compute requirement issue. So in this session, I basically just wanted to talk about these challenges. In the next sessions, we will talk more about how to tackle those. So that's it for this session, and stay tuned for next one.